Jones with the tackle at the 47-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Man left, man left. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go. Shift, shift. Pass.
Patrick makes the reception. Tackle at the 34-yard line. First down. That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Go!
Reynolds makes the tackle. No gain on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10. Number 69 brings him down. Call it a gain of 3 yards. That makes it 3rd and 7.
think my mic bugged out. The fucking cable was a little bit spotty, so who knows if my sound's been on the entire time. I don't know if it ever was on. But hey, yo, bud. Saying good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We are pushed around by South Bama. Hopefully just stopped them from getting, maybe holding them to a field goal there. Thanks to Torres, but they're going to go for it. Shit. All right. All right, kids.
Two tides, two tides. Four down, four down. Shift, shift.
And that's not going to work. T-Bone. Yeah, I wonder if my mic had worked at all tonight or if it's been dead the whole time, but I hadn't said too much important. We went through and showed just how crazy last week was with everybody losing. App State, Navy, Kansas, like 3 of the top 5 teams. And so we're up to number 1. We are number 1 at Louisiana Monroe for the first time. And after this, we've got Bama and Miami. Probably get to the Bama game. Maroon Bowl. Another Maroon Bowl. But at that point, that Miami game, I think they lost last week too, so it's not quite... No, they're in the top 5, I think. It's a big one. It might be the first game of the week that we have. I have to think it's the game of the week. Do I feel like this game is more realistic? Yeah, I mean, there's something about the newer Maddens that, I don't know, it just seems like there's something missing when you're, playing defense. There's something like with the blocking, there's just something that doesn't, I don't know, it just feels like it's also just a game that's for passing. Seems like you can't stop it. If you pass the ball and make good reads, like it's almost impossible to stop somebody passing. And so I haven't played the latest one too much. I played last year's a bit, enough to not really fall in love with it compared to this. I mean, like, this is my favorite thing in the world to do, is just to run this running play to the left and have my dudes pulling, blocking, and just take, like, I don't know, just count the amount of defenders and either switch sides or vary it up with the pass play. Any of those things, it just brings me more joy than I probably should. But we do have McKinley banged up right now, so Courtney Joseph getting more carries, and he's doing all right with it. It just concerns me a bit. We don't have another guy to carry the load and keep him fresh. Slaughter gets 3 per use. That's about his average there. 3 tough yards anytime he touches it. I need to do this, I guess, for now. These depth charts don't adjust things just for this game, so makes sense to do this. So we can get homeboy in here when we do spell halfback formation. So Ben Moore been getting some chances to shine, dude. This guy, I'm pretty sure, could be a stud fullback and a halfback, single back for us. Break tackle and trucking aren't anything elite though, but acceleration, strength, speed for a fullback. Only a freshman redshirt, so take over for Slaughter next year and might be doing more than just some fullback work. As we really expanded Slaughter's role as well. How do I manage work after staying up so late? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do manage it. I mean, what a lot of the times is if I don't stream, if you don't see me streaming, those nights I'm working and making up for any kind of productivity I've not been getting, and I just work at a really, I mean, with a really good boss and company that if I don't have any meetings or anything, no one's pressuring me to get online till 9:30, so I can sleep pretty much right up till then, working from home. So like if this was like, you know, I don't know how late I was up last night, but 4, I got 5 hours sleep, and then after dinner I took a little nap. That's usually my favorite thing to do, is like after it gets dark, 7 o'clock or so, nap for an hour or two till dinner.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
My preferred sleep pattern would be like 2-3 hour sessions. Like if I could sleep from like 5 till 9, and then like another 2 hours somewhere in the day. Joseph not enough for the first, but he's looking good here, owning the load. But our boy Brandon, or Ben the bus more here. Give him some more carries. That's enough for the first 2 yards.
Gain of 3 on the play.
He's starting to steal some of Slaughter's carries. We like running with him, man. We like running with him.
Two times. Four down. Hey, Mike 51. Here we go. Green 88.
Much there for Slaughter, just 2.
That's a gain of 1 on the play.
It's kind of cute when these little teams try to get, you know, hard with us on defense. Try to tell us we're not going to run that play over and over and get first downs anymore. It's like, oh, they're so cute at that age. Never seen my YouTube. Do you upload all the streams? All the football, everything from this dynasty. I'm a little behind on uploading them, but it's up to like season 14, yeah. And then there's some old series on there that are defunct. Oh shit, that almost got picked. Joe, come on, baby.
Number 83 was the intended receiver.
What else is on there? I was starting to put those Maddens on there. I probably need to just delete those. There's only 2. But some series that are lost to a old laptop that's hard drive pooped, so can't revive the saves. But all of this dynasty, which is really just, I mean, convenience for me. Like, I have no way of knowing unless I write down or keep a spreadsheet of like who my starters were in season 4 or 5. But if I go on there, I can always research it real quick just by turning on an episode and seeing who was the tight end when we first got here. Oh, it was Adam Washington.
That makes it first
That
and
just
goal.
gives my OCD a real nice, when I go to sleep at night, I have all the games out there. If I ever wanted to put together like a highlight clip and actually try to, you know, edit some stuff.
Roger, Roger. Yo, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's go them.
Yeah, Twitch like data breach about a month ago or whatever fucked up all of like the API and like interconnection between YouTube and Twitch. So like exporting usually is just pushing a button and then it goes out to YouTube. I've been having to download them and then fucking upload them, and that's the part going up to YouTube takes forever. And that's been giving me some anxiety because I keep worrying that I didn't. So the other thing that's on there is the March Sadness. If you ever wanted to see March Sadness, it's out there for posterity's sake. Do I have diagnosed OCD? Oh yeah. I have diagnosis for many things. Every kind of anxiety, OCD, bipolar, ADHD, depression, manic depressive, borderline personality. So when I was going there to get ADHD medicine, they're like, we can't be sure that it's ADHD and not all these other things. And I said, well, let me tell you about how I live my life and how when I can't get work done, I get anxious. And so if I can get the work done, I think that's the root at the beginning of all of it, is getting work done. And so it's like, I wake up in the mornings and I'm tired, I'm not going to do work, right? I'm just not going to. Whether I go to the office, whether I get up at 7 o'clock, whether I get up at 9 o'clock. So I just usually will try to schedule meetings in the mornings if people gives me a reason to wake up early, gives me a reason to structure my day better. I've just had my entire life to try to learn how to deal with it. And most of my life, you know, having people say, just because you're lazy, you can't fucking focus because you don't try hard enough, or because you're a pothead. I'm like, dude, you want to see me not focus, take me off pot. I'll just sit there and have anxiety to the point where I just have panic attacks.
Check three.
And I can't do this. I can't go out to dinner or sit at a bar, talk to strangers without smoking some weed. I know it sounds stupid. People are like, oh, that's just a mental crutch. You don't, need to drink a couple beers to lighten up. But I'm like, I mean, I really do, honestly. I never realized how much social anxiety I used to have, but when I think about before I smoked pot, like before I was like 13 or whenever I started, like, yeah, I had some really social anxiety. Like, I was not adapting well. I didn't have a whole lot of friends because I didn't try to talk to people. But all sorts of things. I mean, everybody's got mental quirks. There's just things like I'll get anxiety about that I don't matter. Stuff like losing those YouTube videos. And I like to think I'm pretty fucking aware of it though. So I'll sit here and think, dude, just chill. Like, I'm able to talk myself into logic. Like, that's not a big deal. Not the worst case scenario, not the end of the world. Been having anxiety problems the last 2 years. It's scary because you realize it. Like, you see yourself behaving differently and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to think like this. I know this is not right. And that's the part where I said I need to get some fucking help, because I was sitting in my kitchen, like, talking to my wife, but I was yelling because I was so frustrated. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting down, trying to work. I know I need to get the work done. I know I'm nervous and anxious because the work's not getting done, but I still can't make myself get it done. And when I try to, like, I'm not able to get very much done because my focus, like, it just, oh damn, Costero, that could have been pick 6.
Seals the intended receiver on the play.
When you know, like, you're not behaving the way that you should, and you're just like, I'm controlless, like, I don't know what to do, how to stop it. That's the part, is like, you know, I joke with the therapist I talked to. I said, give me a second, they're gonna fuck me up on this pass play. I said, I wish I was full blown crazy, because then I wouldn't realize it, right? Like I said, the only reason I know I'm not 100% insane is because I realize that something's not right, as opposed to just sinking into it and, you know, thinking everything's normal still. But it's super fucking hard to get help, man. It's super hard to get medicine that will work. And then when you get medicine that works, my insurance doesn't cover it. So it's $260 for a month. And I know that's not that expensive compared to, like, you know, cancer medicine. And there's some shit where I heard somebody was like $10,000 a month for a certain medicine. And I've just set aside money every paycheck for my HSA, and so I buy my meds with it, so at least it's not taxed. At the end of the year, I might get like a couple of dollars on my tax return because of paying for out-of-pocket medicine. But like when you call and like you try to get the prescription, they're like, we don't have that medicine here, because no one in the town, this shitty little town that I live in, has taken it before. I'm like, well, can I go someplace and get it? They're like, well, we'll get it, and then we'll have it. It won't be a problem ever again, but for right now, it's a problem. I'm like, I had to go 2 weeks, last couple weeks, without any of my diabetic medicine either. I'm like, I just don't think that's healthy, to have me going on and off medicine, and then the doctor's not trying to get the prescription filled for me somewhere else because this shit's controlled substances.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Your dad sounds like he might be my dad, dude. Maybe we're brothers. That's exact shit I grew up with my entire life, was people saying, you know, you need to just relax. You need to learn how to deal with your emotions. You need to try harder. You need to reduce distractions. I'm like, that's complete ignorance to how ADD works, at least for me, because I need to have radio on. I need to have paper in front of me to write on. I need to have video. I need to have, like, everything happening at once, because then my attention is not distracted to the stuff that I don't want it to be. Like, I have to pick my distractions, and it becomes almost like a ritual. Like when you see people that have OCD, or like doing things in 3, like they always check the door locks in 3s. Like, that's how I have to be. Like, that's how I am at work. And the sooner I can stop working, the longer I'm gonna live, because it just is this artificial stress. And even though I can tell myself, dude, I can get a job, I have enough savings to live for a couple, months if I need to. I can get another job, it'll be fine. The worst case scenario is they fire me, right? That's the worst thing that could ever happen, is just that I get fired. Not the end of the world. And it's not even the company that I work for putting the stress. It's myself saying, I gotta get this done. I need to hit this deadline. Like, but my entire life it's been like ashamed. Like, I'm bad. I'm like not, my brain is not very good. It takes me longer to get everything done. Did that catch count? Oh shit, hurry up. Don't let them review that.
That makes it 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Yeah, dealing with people that just don't understand it either, like that aren't accommodating. The company I work for now, like, is all about people like taking leave of absence if they need to just chill out, like unpaid if you want to take like even longer sabbaticals.
Number 36 brings him down.
Yeah, dude, I mean, a lot of times with anxiety, like me coming on here and streaming, if I'm not streaming, is because I have too much and I can't. And it's not like some kind of sob story. I'm not trying to act like I'm in like mental instability when I'm not streaming. But it's just me being like, I don't feel like I can be entertaining, or I don't have the energy to try and, you know, talk and be social. It affects you in ways that you don't really understand. And like, I'm to the point now where it's like, I have to explain to my parents, I gotta explain to family members that I care about, like, this is how I am. So like, if you invite me over on a perfect Saturday afternoon and you want to drink beer and I don't come over for some reason, like, man, what was he, you know, he's flaky. Why is he not like, and it's like, I'm not gonna just not tell you that I'm not coming over. Like, I won't do that. But like, if I change plans like the last second, it's just because it's like, dude, I going out in public right now feels like really hard, or like COVID and shit. Like, I still get paranoid going to a restaurant. Like, I still get scared. Like, it's hard for me to enjoy it. Shit, I tried to hand that off. It's hard to enjoy it sometimes because I also feel guilty. I think about bringing home, like, you know, something and making my family sick just because I want to drink beer. Like, silly. Just because I wanted to be a stupid little, you know, party boy. Like, I used to party way too hard. If I was single and 10 years ago when COVID was happening, I'm sure I would have been fucking doing everything normal. I'd still be going to bars, still be passing bongs around, still kissing dirty, nasty chicks. Why not, right? Look at that beauty to the corner, Henry. Joe Cox puts it on the money. But yeah, man, I mean, never be afraid if, you know, anxiety a lot of times just needs a change of mind, just needs you to weather the storm kind of thing. Like, you know, needs somebody to just yell out, be heard by. I get it, dude. I'm here. Been there, done that, and I know that, like, you can, I mean, it really can be like that. You can just be like anywhere, and if somebody is listening and you talk through it for a couple minutes, you're like, it's not that bad now I think about it. I just need to fucking take control of this, or sleep on it and come back tomorrow and do this. It's usually that spiral of thought you just have to get out of. And I've dealt with it my entire life, not realizing, not knowing that, like, I'm fighting brain chemicals, right? Like, those perfect moments where it's like my friends and my family are partying, or like there's a Christmas gathering and I'm sitting in the other room, like, having a stomach ache because the noise. Because I, you know, for whatever reason, being around kids and noise and people moving, all sorts of like distraction like that gives me super anxiety. Like, I just can't enjoy it. I miss a lot of I've gotten to the point where I won't let myself miss those events anymore, but I still be there and not enjoying them to the fullest. Do I get pain from it? I definitely have days where I think depression or whatever, something makes my body ache, but I get really bad stomach, like just awful stomach pain, and like just turned in knots where it feels like, I don't know, at times I'm like, this has to be cancer in my stomach. Like, what is this pain? What is this throbbing? What is this just absolute misery that it'll make you live through for a day or two?
That's a loss of 3 yards on the play.
Kyle McConnell gets a sack. Oh, baby. Senior. I don't know. That might be his second sack ever. But yeah, I mean, there's all these things that probably were happening to me my entire life, and I never realized that they were all connected. Like, I used to lift weights and work out so hard that anytime my body was sore, I just assumed it was from that. Or because I was drinking too much the night before, maybe fucking fell down going to the bathroom in my sleep. Who knows? A lot of nights were just not 100% sure how they ended.
Third down.
Get pain in my stomach, chest, ribs, and neck. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Definitely stomach. I mean, maybe the ribs too from sleeping. There's nights where I'll just sleep and I wake up and I feel like shit, I slept in the wrong position and my body's hurting. It could all be that. Definitely could be. But I had some really bad chest and rib pain when I was taking this one diabetic medicine. I had to get off of metformin. Metformin was like, it said that you would feel your like intestines swell or something. I'm like, wow, I wonder what that feels like. That sounds terrible. Well, then I found out it feels like your intestines are swelling. Like when you lay down, you can feel like shit. My ribs and stuff is like squishing on, hurting my and like it was pain. A couple of days for sure that I just I kept thinking, dude, if I have to feel like this to take it, I'll just die of diabetes instead. Just rather die of the problem than the medicine that I'm taking for it. There we go. Defense though gets a stop, and now a chance to score before the half, and we'll get it back. Put the gas on here. Audible out of this option. And Joseph, 3 yards. Been a real good game so far. Slaughter almost gets the first. Try to burn this whole clock out in the half of the touchdown. Been the bus for a few.
Moore carries the ball. Call it a gain of 5 yards. First down.
Ben Moore was a top fullback prospect, but that ended up being a bit of a busted gem. He wanted to come here, so we gave him an offer, and I feel like, I mean, if nothing else, he just looks the part. This dude got the neck roll on. He's 250 pounds, but he can move. He's got a power slide about him, man. This dude, it just feels like, you know, diesel engine instead of a regular gas. more low-end torque or some shit. Didn't know anxiety could cause physical pain. It's been a tough learning experience. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that stuff, like, it just knowing, though, like, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't make it feel less painful or stuff, but it solves a lot of mysteries. Like, I was just like, dude, I'm getting old, man. Oh my God. Joe Cox just balling it. I think he was down before he lost it, though. But I mean, like, just understanding and knowing that they're connected at least helps me going about my day. Like, why am I so sore? You know, like, I know, like, maybe just crank some extra Motrin or, like, you know, Tylenol those days. Try to relax, try to go for some extra walks or something to loosen. Like, there's a lot of days where I'm like, man, I can't go outside and do yard work, but then when I get out there, I'm like, okay, I definitely feel better. Just understanding all that shit. Joey Cox with a big run. He's still fighting for yards. Just lay down, kid.
Vincent on the tackle. That's a gain of 14 yards on the play. First down.
And I mean, about all my anxieties and things, like, the other thing I've had to realize and learn the hard way in life is just, like, you know, some days nothing that anybody says will make you happy. Everything you do is going to feel like it's harder and the world's, like, just conspiring against you. And it's like, on those days, just shut the fuck up and don't, like, make fights. Like, you know, I used to complain and everything would turn into argument, and it would be arguing with somebody who's not responsible in any way. They just crossed me on the day when I'm ready to fight. Like, I've watched my dad live like that and shit, and it's like, dude, just some days, just go into the happy place. Go to bed a little earlier. You know, go outside with the headphones on instead of being close and in person with people. I've just realized, like, that can save me a lot of trouble. As long as you have people that understand and don't think that you're, like, I don't know, I've dated some people who it's like, I can't be with someone like that. That's immature. That you have to go off and blow off steam. I'm like, okay. We're gonna break up and that's gonna be just fine because I don't need you around. But it was like, call me immature because I don't want to sit here and be aggravated and on edge and argue with you because I care about you and because I see how irrational it is, and it's just, you know, one of those mental health days where it's like, fuck the world, bro. Can you do QB slide? I think so, and I think it's the same button that dives, and so, like, sometimes I'll hit it, and, like, on those plays, it was too late. Like, they were already roughing, like, you can't slide if your guy's, like, stiff-arming and fighting people. You gotta push it a little bit in advance. I gotta call timeout, dude. I'm blowing this clock management. So a chance for our stud field goal guy to get one, maybe. Got plenty of time still. Been running this bench route to death lately. It's been paying the bills, though, either Henry or Baker. Oh, that's 2-4. Fuck. And Cox, though, sometimes throws it more towards the sidelines, kind of flattens it. Other times he throws it more straight up the field like that, and that's not good. He didn't like that. Looking at our friend Henry here. Oh, shit.
Richards recovers the fumble.
Well, let the clock tick down. We're not going to get any points now. Dude, he has fumbled like 5 times, it feels like. Try to go deep. See if we can get something. Stay in bounds. Fuck.
Turnover on downs.
God dang it. Dang it. Oh, he only needed like another yard or two. If I could have just got him to turn upfield and dive, I think he probably would have had it. Could have kicked a field goal probably then. And that's going to get him -3 yards. So not the dominating performance we had really hoped for, but up 11, we'll get the ball at halftime with a chance to make it a 3-possession game. And what's our mantra around here? If we go into the fourth quarter with 2-possession touchdowns or more, we don't think there's enough time that their team can score twice while also stopping us from either scoring or burning a good chunk of clock at least. Manson been doing some hard hitting. Offense kind of not focused. Enjoying chatting with you instead here. Sleepwalking through this game as kind of might happen in real life, looking at Bama and Miami after this game waiting for us. Need a shorter mantra. The shorter mantra is Zen and the art of power O left. Just run the ball. Run the ball whenever we can. Like, there's just times when I'll start passing because I'm like, oh, the running back's tired. That's just not acceptable. Especially when McKinley's healthy. We got 2 good running backs. We got 2 good fullbacks. We've got a quarterback who can run the option fairly well. Sometimes, I guess. Just before we get this second half started here. You know what time it is. Taking some supplements here for strength of mind and body. Be on my way back to the land of supplements here probably in the next week or two. Still got a fair amount, but I keep taking my cans up there, and the cans are just fucking piling up in my garage, so that's my cue to go up there, and it works out pretty well. Like, we drink a bunch of like canned seltzer. You see me drink it on stream here, and I drink White Claws, and so it doesn't stink like beer to just have them, and I'll put them back in the packs they come in. So like, I just have back of my car when I go up there, I'll have it loaded up with 6 and 12 packs. Go there and get about $80. $80 for something that otherwise I just go put in the recycling bin and gets taken. I think I actually, with my taxes, I'm paying people to come take it. Don't have any retirement savings. Feel like I'm failing. I just took a whole bunch of financial wellness classes for my work. They pay us, like, just the first paycheck of the 2022 year, they're going to just flat out give us $600 because I took 3 hours of these classes. And it's, first of all, I mean, I wouldn't put so much stress on yourself about it. Like, the worst case scenario is, you know, you just have a part-time job till you die. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, you know. You could just sit at Walmart and wave at people. But I mean, if you don't have serious debt, like that was the thing I guess I learned a lot just in perspective, because you know, there was 3 different tracks. One was like starting out, one was mid-career, and then there was retirement. And I was doing a lot of the mid-career stuff because it's like I've been working for, I mean, I started working on a paper route when I was like 10, but I mean, I was working in a factory at 16 and paying taxes on it. So like I've been paying into Social Security for a long damn time. I've got a nice little chunk build up. They say like if I was to get disabled right now, I'd probably get 50 grand a year. Like, that's not terrible. I could live off that. But it was talk about, you know, just making sure at this time in your life that you're not getting a bunch of bad debt, and that, you know, you're trying to not have a bunch of credit card debt where you're paying interest. And that's, I mean, that's what I am doing in my life right now, is like trying to pay off everything as fast as I can to stop paying interest. And so pretty lucky that my car payment has 0% interest for like 6 years. We able to get our house mortgage at a pretty good rate when we got it, and it was a 10-year or 15 years, so I only got 10 years to pay on it. And so I'm like, okay, so what's next? Basically, I worked for 10 more years to pay the house off, and then I guess that's where I'm in the retirement planning phase of my life. Now I have to start like trying to save as much of my, like in my 401k every paycheck as I possibly can, debt free. So you're not doing bad at all then. You're doing better than most people. And then, so I mean, any money or earnings you have from here on out is basically for your future. Where I've got 10 more years of just paying for my present, but I do feel pretty confident that if and when we sell this house and I downsize, that I will probably have, you know, like a gain on the value that I paid for it. So that'll be another chunk, hopefully, of towards my retirement nest egg. 0 in 401k, no house. You know, I mean, no house, and you know, not building up equity is kind of a downside, but it's not the worst thing. If you were paying a whole bunch of money on interest, on debts, for stuff that like student loans and shit that you're not even going to be able to, like, nothing like is going to change once you pay that off, right? Like that's just money for something you've already done. I think when you look at it from that perspective, you're in a good spot. I'm not sure how much I have for this company I work for now, man. It's insane. They match like 7%. And so at my other company, I only paid what the max match was, which I think was 4. So I wasn't putting a whole lot away. Now, though, it's like, if you're going to match all the way up to 7, I'm going to put in 7. And I'm like, maybe I'll actually retire someday, but I doubt it. I feel like I'll always want to take a contract job and just work for like 3 or 6 months. Just something to, oh shit, dude. Why is he getting sacked so much every game anymore? Because we're not practicing the mantra of power O left. Got 3 vehicles paid off, maybe worth 10, 20K. Yeah, I mean, that's decent. you've got money, like if, you know, you could easily liquefy, right? Like if you needed that. So, I mean, that's the other thing that for people to say that they're able to, you know, have an emergency fund. Like, you sell that and get 20 grand, like that's a pretty good emergency fund. So, another thing, you're not failing that. Baker finally comes open, running, ad-libbing a little.
Number 36 with the tackle.
Joe Cox just floating that thing out there for him.
Double tight, double tight. Four down, four down. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Ready, red 18. Red 18. Motion.
Joseph gets rudely greeted for a 3-yard gain.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
This thing's fucking busting open in my mouth. If you ever see me on here, like, and you think I'm chewing tobacco, it's actually a coffee. They're like tobacco, like Bandits, if you're familiar with those, but there's coffee grinds instead. I don't know why, but this one, like, busted open. So, I got nice little coffee grains and grinds and fucking particles.
Three down. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Look at the blocking for Joseph, straight up the middle for 11.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Offense taking its sweet time here, now 3 minutes in the red zone. Let's give our boy a little breather here.
Two tights, two tights.
And State's got Vatek on the ropes. App State's tied up, might be losing again as well. And the bus is in for a few yards, 2, that's it.
Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got tight right, tight right. Four down, four down. Mike 51, Mike 51. Ready, red 18. Hey, let's go,
18. Look at the hole there for Slaughter, 6.
Call it a gain of 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Bus, baby.
Gain of 3 yards. That makes it 1st and
Kid
goal.
is good, man. Seen cardiologist for the first time, make sure my heart's functioning correctly, because my high blood pressure. Yeah, shit. Being smart though, get checked out, make sure. I mean, you only can guess how serious it is, and so they tell you. And if you're like me, sometimes that's what you need to take. I mean, once somebody sits you down, it's like, this is pretty serious. You're like, oh shit, all right, yeah. I'll start doing the things that I should be doing to fix it. Look at that run by Ben Moore, man. How you gonna stop this dude? Fucking Hannibal Lecter looking motherfucker. And that drive taking 5 minutes off the clock. South Bama down 3 possessions. And I think time is pretty much running out on them already. They're going to have to score with some urgency. Maybe easier said than done as well.
Number 36 set to return.
But I do hope all that turns out all right for him, man. We're getting to that age where it's like, you know, gotta be precautious and look long term.
Kickoff return 22 yards.
Yeah, I mean, they have found that they're all so interconnected, right? Like anxiety, blood pressure. If you've got blood pressure issues and, you know, your anxiety goes up, like those two can complicate each other real easy. And then my situation is also connected to sleep. Sleep apnea makes me more likely for high blood pressure, hypertension. And so that's another thing I have to worry about, that sleeping, like in my sleep, I stop breathing multiple times in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. My body wakes up in a state of panic. Like one of these times, it's going to be a heart attack in my sleep. I already, like, it's going to be fine when I go. I just hope it's not too soon, but like almost guaranteed that's probably what's going to happen. My grandpa, he died instant heart attack while he was driving a tractor combining, and he lived long enough that he was able to drive to the part of his property, like you can see, because he was combining, exactly where he drove. He drove to the part of the property where he loved to sit, and that's where he died in his tractor. So I mean, can't beat that. Just didn't suffer. It was just one day. This is it. It's over. Doing what you love. Last minutes that you're alive, looking at the thing that you worked and, you know, took care of. And
that's a loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up
sleep apnea, yeah. I've got a CPAP that it doesn't help me. Like I wake up in the middle of the night from it. Like I wake up feeling more tired when I use it. It's like there's no winning. For whatever benefit you get the extra benefit of waking up because your hair's getting pulled, or because the mask comes off and it's shooting air right into your eye, or it gets really loud sometimes, or you rolled over, now it's tangled around your neck and you're fucking strangling. Like it's just so inconvenient, hard to use. But when I like 8 years ago, when I went to the doctor and I said, look, I'm having a hard time focusing at work, it's giving me a lot of anxiety because getting fired, paying bills, it's all building on top of the fact that I just need to get my job done and feel confident when I go home at night that I'm not, you know, I'm good, I'm in a spot.
That is a loss of 1 yard on the play.
Like, they sent me to the doctor for sleep apnea. They're like, well, we think that if you get a better night's sleep, you'll be less likely. Like, we have to tackle that issue first. I'm like, I feel like you can tackle both these issues at the same time. Like, if you want me to try to get, sleep study and that stuff, that's fine. But can you help me with the anxiety? And so, like, they wouldn't give me ADHD meds because it's so, like, controlled substance. But they had no problem giving me a huge fucking prescription and then upping the milligrams for Prozac. Like I was prescribed to it. I didn't never take it except for when I wanted to fucking party. I would take a couple and drink with it like a fucking idiot. Black out, man. Woke up on a bus at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know how I got on this bus, but I'm outside of my house. That's cool. How'd that happen? Where are my keys? Where are my phone? Like I just basically fell asleep in my buddy's, like, at his house, and then in the middle of the night woke up and left. Like blackout, awake but not knowing what I was doing, like thinking I was sleeping. Crazy ass shit is going on there. How does the wife deal with it? I mean, I don't use it. And there, I mean, like nights like this, I don't go into the bedroom and wake them up. So, I mean, a lot of the nights, like, I end up sleeping on my daughter has a room. She ends up crawling in bed with my wife, so I won't wake them up. I'll go in her room and sleep for a few hours. There we go. Come on. We've only given up 3 points, but it feels like they've had a pretty good day on offense. They feel like they've been pushing us around. I'm just letting the defense get called by a QB or computer. Probably better when I don't touch the controller. Dustin Miller in the game, senior. He got shrugged off his first time, tried to tackle him, had to come back, try it again. But I mean, it's hard. There's probably some connection to my sleep patterns and my anxiety as well. Like, I'm one of those people that if you make me lay in bed, I start thinking, right? So I literally just like stay up so late. Whenever I sleep, whenever the times that I do sleep, it's just like I'm instantly falling asleep. By the time I go downstairs and get in bed, I fall asleep instantly. And then if I can steal a nap somewhere during the day, like if I go work till 5 o'clock and then turn on the news and sit on the couch, I fall asleep instant. Like, there's never a time when I sit and like dwell on thoughts, like waste time, losing sleep. Like, that's always. Oh shit, Baker! What? Why did that happen? Was that me making him run back? I didn't mean to make him get hit by the ball. If I lay on my right side when I'm sleeping, I wake up in a panic. That's weird, yeah. I mean, I can't sleep on my side. I pretty much have to sleep on my back. I wake up and just like my arms and shoulders and shit, like something don't feel right. It's way too much to sleep on my side. I don't know.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
This one, I think, is pretty much over if we can just play it safe, take a little more clock off. If we end up scoring again, it's definitely donezo. We can put it in backups for the 4th quarter. Man, that corner route's been money for Henry today.
That's a gain of 20 on play. 1st down.
Let's put the touch on that. Drag the feet. There, 2 yards. That'll take us down to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Man left, man left. 3 down. 51, Mike. Mike 51.
And it's not the biggest blowout, but it's definitely not close. South Bama's struggling to get anything going, and we are a bit like a cat playing with its food. So we begin the fourth quarter here. Chongs to you. Happy weekend. We made it again. Have a hiatal hernia, so I have problems with acid reflux. Ideally, I would sleep on my left side. An incline to help. I've been sleeping on my back my whole life. Yeah. Sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I hiatal hernia. My mother-in-law, she had real bad heartburn and all that from it, and luckily don't have that myself. I don't really have. I mean, I have learned over the years what foods I can't eat after, you know, used to eat pizza in college, 2, 3 in the morning. Call, order it, eat it, not care, but dude, if I eat pizza after like 8 or 9 o'clock now, I have heartburn. It's just like, when did I get old, dude? But I have a sports hernia that just won't go away. I got it fucking fixed, but then it ripped further up, and it's just, I've got the nastiest scars from it. I tell people I was stabbed because it just looks so bad. Probably gonna have to get it done again too. And it just makes it like, there's certain times like sitting here, like the way my abdominal wall is, like all my guts and stuff are like hanging forward, right? And so it's kind of like pressing up against it, and it hurts. Like, especially if I go outside, I'm like doing yard work, bending over, and that constant tension and gravity working against it. I just need to sit down and like lay back, and I could physically push the intestine like back in. You can feel it squish a bit. It's fucking crazy, and at some point could rupture and could be a major emergency room run. But it's nasty, man. Fucking can't do anything to fix it really that's foolproof, unless you just stop lifting weights and stop doing all this stuff. Like, oh man, he's all over Courtney Joseph. Sniff that out. I feel like all of a sudden I just got old right at the start of the pandemic. It maybe makes us just pay more attention, you know, things that we've got, I guess, more sensitivity to our bodies, thinking about, you know, everything going on right now. Yeah, I definitely like started going to the doctor again because just things that I'm like, is this something I should worry about? Let me just go talk to him and get it figured out. Like, go to the skin doctor, dermatologist, making sure like some moles that like over the years, I'm like, is this skin cancer? Oh fuck! Joe Cox has had a couple of plays where if he had just thrown it to the sidelines a bit, that's where that route's supposed to go. Like, if he leads him with that a bit, give the defender credit for stepping in there, but it's just Joe Cox throw was man open. And it's still a game, I guess. That's South Alabama, a glimmer of hope. Glimmer of hope. Oh my God, he just ran through T-Bone. Dave Smith having a good day. Everything else be damned, but he's having a good day. And the defense isn't doing too bad. I know we are sleepwalking a little. We're just not being too aggressive. We're not really being too innovative. We're just smacking them with the same run play. Not a great pass for Luke Seals, but he's able to come back across his body to get it.
That makes it 1st and 10.
And now they're threatening South Alabama. A doorstep of the red zone. Couldn't let play any other positions and want to outdo prime time. He can be a quarterback. It's just we'd have. I mean, getting him on the field instead of Joe Cox is the tricky part. I was thinking about redshirting him next year and then possibly like moving him to backer. I think he would be better as an outside backer. And Manson and T-Bone and the guy that hadn't started until his senior year, Donnie Miller, all of those guys are seniors, so it could be a spot that he gets to step into and play quick. Just came at the wrong time when Joe Cox was the quarterback. He, unfortunately, like doesn't have some of the agility. Like he's not really a running quarterback. Not that we really run. But I think linebacker for sure. Could have picked that off. No one.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That makes it
He played fullback or tight end. We can try next year when we have position changes and take a look and see. I don't know if he'd better play tight end because I mean, he wouldn't be starting at tight end because Ferris. Fullback's possible, especially if we start using Ben Moore more as a tailback. We'll need a fullback.
No gain on the play. That brings up 4th and goal.
But yeah, when we do the position changes, we'll look at them at all the different ones and see if there's another place where his rating is still high. And I probably redshirt him next year to give him a chance. Then he could start at quarterback his senior year. Oh shit! Fucked up. Dude, watch how close my backer is. This dude's got his school record for touchdowns now. We can definitely put you in on some third, like on sets as a third tight end. I mean, the main thing comes down to blocking, and so I'm not sure. We'll have to do the change position thing to see what your rating is and see how it balances out. But we can do formation sub, get you on the field so we can try to sneak you a touchdown. This one's getting interesting. USF, North Carolina. How North Carolina's gotten up to 5th. 6-3. Team we've already beaten. But this game now looks a lot closer than it really is. A little bit embarrassing. Only a 10-point game. We're not even covering the fucking spread. Do I want to run it more now, or just I want to try to pass and get... I don't really have to do anything we don't want to. Baker had a bigger step on him. I don't know what happened. Corner has closed the gap. I was afraid he's going to pick it off. It's been our luck the second half. Outside of the first drive, it's all been kind of crummy. There you go, Joseph. Oh, he got clogged up by his own man coming over.
That's a gain of 21 on the play.
Cut off my lane to cut that back. He was trying to block. I could have maybe tried to use that blocker better. Courtney Joseph having a real nice game in his first start ever with McKinley banged up. And try to hit Baker deep. That's not a deep ball at all. And Baker fucking try to catch it, dude. I'm hitting Y. I'm smashing the button for him to jump.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Fucking nothing there. It's been like that, dude. Just run the ball. Let's get our boy back in. Get the bus going. What's the streaming plan for Hoopers? So I'm caught on the fence right here. Like, I want to do college hoops for sure. So maybe we'll do that. But instead of 2K8, I'm pretty sure like people started asking me like, what do you want for Christmas and this and that. I'm like, just get me some Steam credits and I'll buy NBA 2K, the new version, on PC. So I don't know if I'm going to do the connected franchise. It just will take so much time to try and do the 2K, like Hoops 2K8 to the NBA 2K8. But I feel like we should at least turn it on and just sim. Like we could sim and make some roster moves and just do a couple of days of it. And then college hoops, I might go back to our Florida International and finish that. Start playing those games again because we can still transfer those games out. We can do export of those draft classes still. But I'm a little more tempted to try and play. Number one, use my gaming PC for once for a change, and go 22, NBA 2K22. Do some GM stuff. They've got a lot more options, I think, for like customizing teams and shit. So we can get a little more arts and crafty with it too. I'm not sure how 2K works, but like some of the stuff I uploaded for my previous like PS4s might be connected to that account still. And I had some pretty dope ass like custom teams where like I had taken if you're familiar with minor league baseball, there's a team called the Hops, and it makes much more sense for the basketball team because the play on words that, you know, play basketball, you better have hops, right? Like, so I used a couple of like minor league teams that I created to rebrand, and then that was like the Seattle team. It was like Yakima, Washington. So that's a place where a lot of hops are produced, and then I just did a lot of like graphic design and stuff for the logos. Taking things that existed and borrowing them. Like in Columbus, there was a bunch of people that had presented in Columbus, Ohio, alternative flags for the city. And so one of them was pretty sweet looking. I liked a lot, and made that our major component of a Columbus, Ohio basketball team. Like I was doing all of this for a fantasy league I was in, customized to the teams that were in our league. And then once that league was over and the season progressed, I ended up taking one of the most gutted teams on there and trying to turn them around and got them to the finals. But that game's so hard. Like if you don't play for a while, like if I was to pick it up now and go on like the hardest difficult level in the finals, I'm gonna lose. So I never finished that season. It's like NBA 2K like 17 or some shit, but just thought of all that, doing that on the newest version on my PC instead of on PlayStation 4 seems easier too. I've been stalling out on some of these red zone attempts. On the run, throwing across his body to Henry, who's watches it roll to him like a ground ball. It's like the least impressive game ever, but you know, our dude who's one of the finalists for the kicker award benefits here. No way they can get 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes, so.
The Warhawks are lined up for the kickoff. Weber set to return.
Oh, shit. Kick coverage, dude. I don't understand. Just continue to give up big runs on these kickoffs.
Green 9! Blue 4! Blue 4!
Oh, he gets him as he's throwing it. Questero, come on, baby. He has so many chances for picks.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
In this thing. Catch that. I know that if we play like this next game against Bama, we might be blowing our chances. Even at this point, with 2 losses, or with 1 loss, we'd probably still be one of the top teams because everybody's got a couple. USF's got 2. That recruit visit last week did not. I couldn't get 2 picks, so I fell short, and I didn't get enough deflections either. Despite running it up and trying to score as much as I could to get the defense on the field constantly. Damn, that guy did almost catch that. I don't know.
Wilkerson's the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 10.
And they're going to go for it here. Last-ditch efforts. And that'll end it. Roger Fountain gets 8. And T-Bone shuts him down immediately. So, in the bag here, we're going to try to cover the spread, of course. Just need another field goal that could juice it for our kicker. We're trying to be the first time ever have a Groza champ or Groza winner on a Coach Dickey team. Henry goes over 100 yards receiving now. In field goal range.
Hey, we got tight right. 4 down. Mike 51, Mike 51. Run it up!
So Bama thinks they still have a chance here using their timeouts. USF lost. I saw that happen. So I don't even know who's going to be in the conference championship from that division. We've already beat North Carolina. Might be them again.
Double tight. 4 down.
Hawaii continues their strong season. They might be on the verge of promotion again.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
Joseph luckily evades the defender in the backfield. He's had a heck of a performance today. Does the game simulate the NFL draft? this game, it doesn't say where they go. It'll say that they're a projected first rounder, and then it'll say that on the draft day, like how many people you had go first round, second round, but that's all.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. 4th down.
4th and 3. Kick the field goal as time runs out. Cover the spread. Win the Groza, hopefully. Please tell me there's not 1 second left. Joe Dixon's national championship hopes dashed again. Does it say if anyone went? No. It'll just say first round. Cause yeah, I mean, I've got the Madden for this year. I think it was Madden 25, Madden 2014 version, but there's just not, I mean, enough time to do all these things, and I still want to do TEW. I've been getting more of the people on Fire Pro, so we don't need to do some of these matches for that first pay-per-view because we know that we're not randomizing it. We have to have the belt dropped for the women's champ no matter what, because she's leaving, so we will eventually get back to that. We will eventually move on from football once season's over, so that'll probably give us time to do all these other things. But yeah, like I wanted to do a connected franchise on there.
That's the end of the game. The final score is
especially now that we've
27.
had some pretty good recruits come through here that I would have liked to have seen our halfback Bradshaw from App State. I would have liked to have seen that QB that we got there the first recruiting class we had at App State when I left. And then Indiana, we had a couple of good players, a couple of good linemen for sure. So not the biggest win, not the prettiest win, but it's 16. It covers the spread. I don't know that anybody even bet on the spread, so GG's to covering the spread. And 1 game closer. 1 game closer to possible national championship run for Coach Dickey's boys. Big time Maroon Bowl coming up as number something. I know Alabama's ranked. We'll see exactly what the number is. I think it was like 15th or something. Check these stats here. Gotta go to sleep. Really good to chat about things. Cheers and chongs. Absolutely. Always good seeing you in here, bud. We'll maybe be back tomorrow. I might actually go and watch UFC. I got a strong dislike for Colby Covington. Hopefully he gets his ass beat again, but that last fight they had, man, I mean, he's tough as nails. He kept wanting to fight even though his face and jaw were broken shit. So it might be here tomorrow streaming if I can during the day, depending on what the weather's like too, because if it's nice enough outside, I'll probably go outside and do some shit, but we will be on here hopefully seeing you soon. Check these stats. I'm going to play this Bama game. I'm just anxious as hell to finish the season and try and get this natty. I mean, I don't know if we're going to leave. At some point, we'll probably put it to a vote as to whether we want to stay at ULM. I kind of want to stay here for at least another year or two. We've got, you know, players named after some of you. So finish their season. And I think, I mean, I have not repeated anywhere. Every time I've won a natty, I've left. So I'd like to do that. I'd like to get fucking, there's a couple of those different trophies for winning 2 back-to-back, 3-peat. I'd like to see if we can run it. And I'd like to see what Courtney Joseph's going to look like next year. Him and McKinley, both going to be back most likely. And Joseph, when he gets the bulk of the carries, looking real nice. Ben Moore, though, averaging more than 5 a carry. A couple of times he was touching it. Slaughter giving a few carries as well. Big day for Brad Henry, the senior. Pancakes for the tackle, Quentin Vaughn. T-Bone leading the way with tackles. 1 for loss. Kyle McConnell, 2 tackles for loss. Got hit sack, the rare sack for the big senior from Pineville. Chad Manson had another angry man sack. This dude, when he gets to the quarterback, he's just an animal, dude. Animal. Matt Jones getting another sack, continuing his leading the nation. Couple deflections for QD. Couple field goals for Carl Daniel as he continues his run in pursuit of the grows up. So we will proceed. We will see what Bama is ranked. Tend to some brief recruiting business. And then play yet another Maroon Bowl. Miami, Ohio squashing BG. Illini upsetting Notre Dame after Illini were on relegation watch. That's a big one for them. South Carolina loses to Florida. South Carolina was probably the leader of that other division. And so now that's all. I have no idea. Whoever comes out of that division could be an absolute wild card. Other Conference USA division that we will be against in the championship week. Nothing too sexy stat-wise. Courtney Joseph just steady. Got it done. Matt Jones, another sack. And McKinley should be returning. (10-0). Number 1 team in the nation. Hard to believe. Hard to believe, but we've been here 5 fucking years, and it took us this long to get to this point. Of all the times I played this, in different years, different versions, this has been the hardest rebuild that I've ever had. It's taken longer, and I mean, because the team was 0-12 when I got them, they had 2 winning seasons in their history. And we were able to double that in 2 years here. But the thing is just they had no program tradition at all. My coach stability was low because I just bailed on yet another team before finishing my contract. And on top of that, there was the fact that we moved up to the Super 3 conference where we're playing a regular season schedule that's more brutal than ever. kind of slow this team down from, because usually when you play, if you win a natty in the second or third year, your recruiting is just set at that point. It's all pretty much cake at that point. Championship contenders high. Dan Smith locked us out. So we knew this was going to happen. I can't schedule a visit because he got booked up. So him and Weber are going to have to be guys we use on locks on. Once Dan Smith's done all of his visits, I'll do it. Paul Weber, I think we have a visit scheduled with him, so I'll do it a little bit sooner. Chris Johnson ready to visit, though. We've got some real nice athletes. If Phillips, this cornerback we were trying so hard to get, if he doesn't come here, Chris Johnson's not bad. We've got cornerbacks, man. We've got cornerbacks. Freeman, Mullins, dudes that locked us out. I mean, I think they still come and visit, right? That's the only reason they're still on our board, is trying to milk those complimentary visits. We know we're not even going to offer them scholarships. Now we don't even have the chance to because of them locking us, but Bama ends up coming in at 19th. And they beat us last year, so this one has a little bit of passion. And a little bit of drama as we're trying to wrap up and continue a perfect season. Oklahoma loses to unranked Air Force. A 7-3 team now in my conference is the number 2 team. And another team in my conference. Both of these teams I've already beat. Ohio State flies up after beating a tough Minnesota team, but Minnesota barely ranked, holding on. Number 4, Ohio State. That would be interesting. Coach Dickey, of course, having ties. His alma mater. Kansas goes back up to 5th. They jump 5 spots. USF goes down 4. They've got South Carolina still, so that they're just not out of the woods. Navy loses again, and they go down 1 spot. Army's up to 12th. Michigan just barely escapes Indiana. They're up 6 spots. Miami loses to Clemson. Now they're down to 9th. We got them next week. Navy App State. That's going to be interesting. Possibly going to see Navy fall again. TCU is 6-4, but yet they're number 11. Like, this is insane. Hawaii's sitting here, man, saying we only got 1 loss. Them in Kansas. Army's flying up the list again. They got a game against BC. Nothing easy about that conference. Cal goes up on a bye week 7 spots. Clemson goes from unranked to 15th. They've got Duke now. Georgia taking another L. This has been a rough patch for them. They're down to 16th. App State. When's the last time they lost 2 in a row? To BC and Penn State, no less. They've got the 2 tougher. They beat Ohio State. And now they've got Navy and Army. They beat West Virginia, like the teams with winning records, but Penn State and BC fighting for relegation too. South Carolina lost to Florida 6-4, but yet they're 18th. They've got a chance to rebound against USF. Bama lost to Mississippi State by 42. Good Lord. Oklahoma TCU should be a good one. Oklahoma's somehow 20th. despite being 4-4. Duke's ranked again. Michigan State ranked again. Minnesota holding on to ranking just barely after losing last week. Arizona State's ranked again after a Utah State victory. And Vatek losing to Penn State. They are the last in the top 25. So, it's crazy shit. Let's take a quick glimpse. LSU, man, like we've made a rule. We've said it before that if a team is 500 or better, we can't kick them out. So if LSU wins this week, against Tulane, that would fix everything anyway. So Tulane wins, they're staying in. If LSU wins, they stay in, because then they'd have 3 wins, and Tulane would probably be the one that's going out. South Bama, who they play, they've got 2 more conference games, so they might still get a win somehow. Tulane, yeah, it's got 2 more conference games, so LSU might be fucked, dude. If they win this game, they should be fine, but Auburn's not exactly safe either. They lose both of these. And then on this side, USF still leads. They've got South Carolina conference play, but then UCF non-conference. So this is pretty... USF and South Carolina playing for more or less the divisional champion. A chance to play us. I guess Miami could still possibly, if they win out, if they win this weekend, next week, they could possibly be the champs. Division representative and the conference champ to be technically comprehensive. Florida and ULM, are they going to win those both? They might not even win both of those. And then Florida State is pretty much done. They've got 2 conference games left. Those aren't going to be necessarily the easiest either. But they can still play a part in who ends up winning this division for sure, as they try to fight off relegation. One of these 3 teams is probably out. But shit, they've got 500 records, so it's almost got to be Florida State. They hopefully will just nicely and neatly lose like they're supposed to, so that, I mean, they just lose 1. They can win 1, still be alright probably. North Carolina, Duke. I mean, this Florida State's not bad. Nothing guaranteed about it. Florida's actually the best on paper, so in theory, Miami has to be worried. Florida beat South Florida? Nope, they lost first game of the year. So South Florida's to win or lose. You just got to get by South Carolina. Be nice to see Joe again. A little bit of history there. And I just realized Joe Dixon didn't throw any interceptions that game, last game. Positive TD interception ratio. We love it. All right. Enough delaying. Let's do some recruiting. I need something to drink. Fucking drying me up. Smoking some of this supplements here. So let's see what to do. Dan Smith's the one that really has me bothered. First, let's deal with the ready for visits. Anybody that's possibly scheduling with other people. So we know Chris Johnson is a cornerback. I'm surprised he's not getting any complimentaries at all with any of these dudes. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to have him come this week because there's no complimentaries. So let's, I think, maybe have an easier game. I don't know. But I think he'll maybe sign, and then we'll have those points next week, as we won't need to have 425 on him next week, maybe. I don't know why he's not giving a complimentary to Johnson, but he was giving us negatives. It's stupid. We're just going to take the negative from Wilson because I don't really give a shit about either of these dudes, but I do give a shit about giving those backers an extra 50 apiece. Same reason with Buckley. Like we have no intentions of really signing this guy, but he gives a bump to dudes that we do want to sign. Paul Thompson as well. Oh yeah, just extra compliment. Like this is gonna be insane. I don't think I've ever had it stacked up like this many guys coming on the same visit. We don't really give a shit about this dude. I mean, I don't know. Give him no complimentaries. Might as well bring him. Jake Rogers, we ended up going all the way in. We're still losing because he had a visit, but in theory should get that, and this guy might end up being a fullback. Justin Rollins is on here for a visit. That's it. We know we're not getting him. Mark Ray went down quite a bit on that visit. Look, App State had 1750. One down 20. Need South Carolina to lose this game that they've got against USF. Chris Banks is on here for a visit. We're pretty sure we're not going to get him. He went down on a visit week. Was his visit the week before that, maybe? I don't know. Losing some ground to Curtis, but we've got the visit. This one should be good. Damn, that visit, fucking Colorado State. How did that happen? I think we can still get him. We're just going to have to like use all of our signing week probably on him. Army had a real successful visit with this kid. We don't have a scholarship offer to him. I might as well do that. It's the highest rated of our forever perennial backup cornerbacks. You know what I'm going to do? Since no one's watching right now, I'm going to turn this light off. Oh, that's too dark, dude. It's too dark. Too dark. Jim Bennett's got a Scully offer. He's a homer coming here. Do I need to do something with this guy? Because it looks like North Carolina State's... They don't have a visit with them, though. Let's give him some. Jim Bennett. Mitchell's. All these seem to be alright. Wouldn't hurt to give Josh Brown a few. I hate giving a fucking punter some, but just to keep them from catching him. Luke Freeman, we're not really interested in signing. James Jackson's probably about the same. Robert Henderson's probably not going to get signed. Carl Davidson, I mean, we could give a little bit more if we want. I mean, I think these dudes are going to come here. They're going to come everywhere. But, I don't know. I don't have anybody else to throw the points at unless we want to try to get this dude. He's not great. James Brown's not great. These are just dudes sitting around here on this bench here. Come here, they're never going to play, but Thompson's getting his visits, so I'm really appreciative of him. This guy's close to, we might better schedule him the last week. The bye week, probably. Forgot about Brad Bell, quarterback we found. Possibly the man in the future. 74. Decent throw power, throw accuracy, nothing special, but groom him for a couple years. Ends up not being too bad. So we can give him a little bit more. Not really interested in dumping too many points on him, but so I don't, do I unlock it now? Because my visit, I feel like we can get close. I don't know if I wait, if there's any benefit to waiting. This guy, I don't know how this game works if he'll still visit on, even though he's locked. Unless he commits, right? He will. I'm not gonna unlock him. Same with this dude. Like, I don't know if I should take him off the list. Yeah. So let's take him off. Here's the one that's such a suspect thing. It doesn't make sense to unlock him now and not have a visit, and then BC got a visit. So, like, wait, I guess. I don't know if I lose a chance of unlocking him. I wait too long. think this guy still visits. I don't know how that works. I'm gonna get locked out on this one probably. Not get the visit. It's the only reason they're still on these lists. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with Phillips, but I think we're okay. I bet the Texas one's gonna jump him up in there. And then we're just gonna have to blow all of our points during signing week. Jake Rogers still has a visit scheduled. Pretty sure we're good there. Mark Ray just had a visit and we went way up. I think we'll be all right once we have a visit. Chris Banks, that's probably a done deal unless we put. I mean, we could max him out right now. Is there any reason to? I mean, other than the fact we don't really have anybody else to. Seems silly. I'm going to need those points, but when I get these dudes unlocked again, Weber and Smith. I mean, let's put it on people we can come and take it off of. And then I'm going to go find a couple of dudes just to recruit and scout and see if we can find a hidden gem or two. These points will be. I'll have points sitting that I can drop on them then. I'll be freed up next week when I have to unlock. I think we're going to let Smith stay locked 2 more weeks. Once he's got that last visit, and then Weber probably the same. I feel like I could probably even unlock him now. Because we were slowly going up. So let me do that now. Wait, why did Brad Bell come from all that? Justin Rollins is listed on here twice. What the fuck's going on? 300 more somewhere. Probably all coming from this dude. We had none on him last week. And he's still got a visit with Boston College yet. So, like, this probably done deal. We can hang with it. We can hang with it. This guy doesn't need points right now. 2 more off the punter. All right. All good, I guess. We've got one spot, and we don't have any points for recruiting now, so scouting, I should say. So let's just find somebody. Did we ever scout this? We already scouted him. What? Can't do anything else. He doesn't have good numbers at all. Bradmore, is he in relation to Benmore? Fullback? Ended up turning into a pretty decent player. He's in the process of doing so. This dude's numbers are pretty impressive, though. A little undersized. The Homer dude that'll come. Possibly. Might be relation. I don't know where that Brad Benmore was from, so maybe not, but nonetheless, try to actually give out every scholarship this year. Instead of having some walk-on dirt that we end up cutting. Can anyone stop them? Don't discount Alabama. Don't discount Alabama. Did we already look at the top 25? I think we did. Wild, crazy stuff. Conference USA, top 3 teams. We've beat number 2 and 3. Now, Ohio State has flown back up the ranks. Probably the most comparable team to us rating-wise. Their offense, defense, some of the best in the nation. Navy still thinks they've got hope if they do something in the conference championship game. Them and App State coming up. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It does this every week. Let's check this real quick. Kinley, unfortunately, missing a couple games from injury. saw his stock drop a little. All these defensive players from ULM. Not used to seeing that. Kinley's still in line to win the Doak Walker right now. Henry now on the list. Finalist for the Mackey. DeMarcus Williams, he came back. We promised him an improvement in his draft stock. I think he's going to be at least a second rounder. He wins the Outland for sure. See how that ends up. See, Bama got a couple players on here. We're going to see them shortly. See them in just a moment. I feel like Rich Wolski will be on there eventually, our sophomore center. Look at Matt Jones. It didn't take him long to take over. Man has lead in sacks. Just a sophomore. T-Bone and Manson on top list for linebacker. Nolan winning the Thorpe currently. And possibly winning a Groza. Possibly winning the Groza right now. I was talking to Jerron about my fucking hernia earlier, and lo and behold, it's right now hurting me. So I might come back and play this game. Fuck, I want to play this now, though. Really was hoping that I could finish in terms of doing this and then in the regular season and conference championship next stream. National championship, hopefully at that point in the off season. But maybe it won't work out that way. I don't know if I should play this game or not. It's like that feeling where I need to lay back and stretch it out. I was explaining this exact same thing, and now it hasn't happened in a while. Try to work through it. Let's work through it, baby. Go all Browns. I don't know about that. You know Bama's gonna come out wearing white pants. So another maroon bowl. You knew it was coming. And Bama not bad, but one of the rare instances where our team is much better on paper. Offense is the least. 90 offense, nothing to sneeze at, but being a 99 compared to them is a pretty good jump. Let's go. Need a bunch of swatted passes. A couple of centers. I'm not sure how that works if one of them's playing out of position. And then a linebacker who's hurt. Quarterback hurt as well. Outside backer Crenshaw probable. Kinley's probable coming back from that abdominal strain. And we've got some weather. Played in the rain last week in South Bama, now playing in the rain here. It's a washout, it looks like. ULM pretty much clinched it. We have the tiebreaker on Mississippi State. We could lose these next two and still be the champ of our division. Bama coming in as an underdog, rare instance. 7.5 point spread. That might be small compared to the way our team's been playing. Could be easy channel points for somebody if they wanted to make the bet. We'll take a few more supplements before this one. Strength of mind and body, as we do. And cheers and chongs. Once again. You start your morning, start your Saturday. Watch the sun come up, baby. So, throw things around and make noise. I'm going to turn the camera off for this one and turn the light off. It doesn't look good when I turn the light off because it was so dark, but I'm going to do it in the dark, bro. I'm going to do it in the dark, baby. Make it a little easier on my eyes. Maybe turn some music on. Probably not talk much either.
Ready! 180!
That is a loss of 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
start offense. Still 4th down.
Crimson Tide lines up for kickoff. Baker keeps return.
stomach, and we're fucking getting blasted here. I haven't rage quit in a while, and this one's worth doing it because of the time of day and the fact that sitting here trying to play this game, I probably shouldn't have even started it. If we don't score here, then I'm going to turn it off. I should just turn it off regardless. Stomach. Dude. Alright. Hate to do this. Don't judge me too harshly, but we're fucking done. We will start this one over another time. I'm gonna go to bed. Sorry. Not a very good role model quitting there. But damn. My fucking instincts to not start that game, I think we're right. We'll try that over. Don't do that very often. I'm not proud of it, but fuck. Got enough things going on. I think it's worth it, so fuck it. Ain't nobody in here watching anyway. We'll fucking do this again very soon.